So the Ved, we already discussed about the Ved. Let's just go through it quickly. The Ved is what you call the scripture, the original Hindu scripture, right? Ved has come from the Sanskrit root Vid. Vid means Vidya, right? As you say, Vidya. Vidya meaning knowledge, right? So we have four, basically we had one Ved, but then the Ved was classified into four. So we have four Vedas: Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, Samaved, and Atharva Ved, right? And it is believed to be the most ancient scripture. We have other scriptures like Mahabharata, Ramayana, Tusa, but Ved is the original and the ancient one, right? Ved is classified as Shruti and Smriti. Shruti Vidya, which has been heard. How did we get the messages of the Vedas? Through the sages. Kumaman sages get the messages of the Vedas. In meditation, they heard those from the God himself. When God did creation, there was the creation of the Saptarishi, the seven sages, right? So that's why it is Shruti. And Smriti, which has been remembered, we are noted down. Remembered in which sense? Remembered in which sense, like when the students learn the Vedas from the Guru at that time in the Gurukul, right? They didn't have anything to note, no? To note, to write, and Kaye, etc. Right? So it says the Guru in the Gurukul was just telling, right, the teachings of the Vedas, and what was happening, the students were assimilating, they were remembering everything. That's why the Vedas are also known as Smriti, right? And noted down later on, you know, Ved Linale orally, normally, for some time. Then it was noted down, quand clearly, if had been enleaved to some, right? So the point here is the Vedas are classified as Shruti and Smriti. The Vedas belong to the Shruti category, right? Now, as I was telling you, from where did the sages got the teachings of the Vedas? Say from God himself. They were sitting in meditation, and God God gave them the messages of the Vedas. Synopil, Shruti category. That is, it is not a human composition, right? So that is why Vedas are called the Shruti. The Vedas are of divine origin. As I told you, it comes from the God himself, right? And when the sages were in meditation, right?
Yo.
Each Ved is classified, is divided into four parts. We said we have four Vedas, right? We have four Vedas. Each Ved, Rig Ved, divise en quatre, Yajur en quatre, Sam en quatre, Atharva en quatre. Each Ved is divided into four parts. You have the Samhita. Samhita means where there are the mantras which we recite, the Brahmana, which are the explanation, the Aranya, the forest book, and the Upanishad. And this is what you have to study in your syllabus, Upanishad. You don't have the other parts of the Vedas, right? So I continue. What is the meaning of Upanishad now? You must know the meaning. The meaning of Upanishad is to sit down at the feet of a guru, yes, the guru, to acquire knowledge. Okay. Nós is no guru at the feet normally. At that time, it was at the feet of the guru to acquire knowledge. Qui fait nós is là-bas devant un guru, of course, to acquire knowledge, to learn. And what qualities do we need to have? We need to have devotion and determination to learn. If we don't have devotion and determination, knowledge won't be possible, right? So this is the meaning of the word Upanishad. As such, Upanishad, je connais, c'est un livre, right? But the word Upanishad means this, right? Upanishad has also been called Vedanta or Vedant. Vedanta means the end of the Vedas. The end, which is the summary of the Vedas. The Vedas are so elaborated that Upanishads came into existence. Parce que tu viens simplifier. So we got the Upanishads, right? What do we have in the Upanishads? Say what is there already in the Vedas, but in a very simpler manner, right? A very simpler version. There are 108 Upanishads. 11 are considered to be major Upanishads, right? Sri Shankaracharya, Sri Adi Shankaracharya has said that it's good for you to learn these quotes, right? Dans des voix qu'ave mettez tout ça, of course, as you know. So Sri Adi Shankaracharya, he was a great scholar, right? During the day, I was just watching a movie on Adi Shankaracharya. You should watch it too. The Hindi dubbed movie. It's available on YouTube. It's very interesting. If you feel interested, you watch it, right? So Sri Adi Shankaracharya has said that true knowledge of Brahman is called Upanishad. This is how he defines Upanishad. Puli and Jimunsililia Upanishad means he is getting true knowledge of the Brahman, which is of God, right? Likewise, beaucoup de scholars décrire Upanishad in their own way, right? So Upanishads, Upanishads are also called Rahasya, Guhya Adesh, ou bien Param Guhyam. Rahasya, Guhya, which is secret, the secret. Upanishad contains the secret. Which is secret? Il n'est pas un secret only for certain people. No, c'est pas ça. But Upanishad contain the secret to moksha. How to get moksha. Professor Max Mueller, a very well-known scholar from the West, he has said that Upanishad mean a session consisting of disciples assembled around their teacher. Usually, quand on fait conférence, parfois, like maybe you can say dans l'assemblée, comment un speaker assis au milieu, pas au milieu, but at, bien sûr, à l'écart, but others, je t'assise autour de lui, je te fais comme si a semicircle, right? So, actually this is the best way of teaching and learning, where the teacher is at the center, the guru is at the center, and the students commencent se assise comme si in semicircular way, right? Assembled around the teacher. But what Max Muller here wants to say, in the Gurukul, this was how the disciples were learning, right? So for him, this is the definition of Upanishad. Professor Meads, another scholar from the West again, he said that Upanishads are world scriptures. The most, pas pour servir le mot best, parce que no, to scripture, they are on that level. But as per Professor Meads, if we have read the Upanishad, we have read all scriptures in the world. C'est pour ça les mean Upanishads are world scriptures. Dr. Radha Krishnan, he was from India, a very famous scholar. He was also a politician from India. He has said that the knowledge, no, pas ça que tu faisais italic, sorry. The knowledge which destroys errors with the mistakes, sins, right? And enables one to reach the truth is Upanishad, right? This is his definition. When we read this, we have this knowledge. It helps us to destroy our errors, our sin, to make us to be on the right path. And when we are on the right path, you know well, we reach the truth. So that is Upanishad. And Mahatma Gandhi has stated this, that if all the scriptures happen to be reduced to ashes, ça veut dire dans tous scriptures dans le monde qui est là, we reduce them to ashes, we burn them. And if only the first verse of the Isha Upanishad is left untouched, nous brûlons tout à part the first verse of Isha Upanishad. Isha, c'est an Upanishad, Isha Upanishad. Then Hinduism will live forever. That verse, Isha Upanishad, so premier verse, Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam, it is considered summary of all the teachings of Hinduism, right? So this is what Gandhi has said. Si je comprends bien, so far we have seen these scholars, their views, right? So Upanishads have really great value, right? That's why we need to study Upanishad. I continue. So those who came late, maybe you missed that. I'm just discussing certain keywords here, right? Before really starting Chandogya Upanishad. So Atma, you all know what is Atma. Atma, you can call that Atman. Si dans le paragraphe on trouve Atma, le placé dans Atman doesn't mean they are different. Atma, Atman, it is the same. Soul, c'est la même chose. Spirit, individual soul. Or you call that Jivatma. You can call it Jivatma, right? And the Atma is part of the Supreme God. No Atma koti soti from God. So it is part of the Supreme, right? Brahman, what is Brahman? Brahman in Adi meaning, and Brahman will mean sages, priest, right? But the Upanishad right now, which we are going to see, ne va pas forget the priest aspect. Okay? So, une définition de Brahman is priest. Deuxième veut dire God. So, faites bien attention si je fais bien un paragraphe quelque part. try to understand if the word Brahman has been used there, what does that word really mean, right? So Brahman is a god, you call that supreme soul, supreme being, higher self, whatever you want to call, whichever name you want to give, it is the same thing. Now, God has a form and he is formless as well. God has a form and he is also formless. He has a form vijali sagun. He is formless vijali nirgun. The key word is that sagun and nirgun, right? Brahman refers to the formless aspect of God. Normalement, quand nous servit le mot Brahman, nous peut refer to his formless aspect. Sinon, nous pouvons appeler, s'il y a une forme, nous pouvons appeler Ganesh, Kartikeya, Shiv, blah, blah, and all, right? But when we use the word Brahman, most of the time we are referring to the formless aspect of God, right? So we'll come across this word Brahman in the Upanishad. Now, what is Brahma? Pas faire confusion hein, when you are writing, parce que sa différence en N, Brahman, and Brahma, pena N, right? Sa différence là, les cas changent tout à fait. Brahma, you know, the Brahma means the creator, the old man sitting on the lotus, right? This is Brahma. So I inserted this here so that you don't make confusions while writing. You are not going to make confusion, but during the exams, it happens. Pareil comme dans l'examen, et nos enfants, quand il y a une question, le varna, je t'écris le purushartha. Soit quand il y a une question, le purushartha, je t'écris le varna. In the class, while explaining, they understand, you ask question, they can answer you, but in the exams, doing garbad, right? So that's why, be careful. Now, Brahma, Nukava Peliosi Purush, right? Even Brahman here, you can call Purush. Dans the Veda, Nuinali, le mot Purush, right? So another meaning of Brahman, as I told you earlier, means sages, priest. At times, you may find it will be written like Brahmins, right? But only plutôt, it says Brahmins instead of Brahman. But you can use both. Dans des voix, si vous servez Brahmins to refer to sages, or you use Brahman to refer to sages, no problem, right? Om, what is Om? Om is the primordial sound. I think on Vishnu, we did that. The primordial sound means premier son qui n'est là, right? Quand il y en a, bon, no one knows that. But the thing is, there was no creation, right? The Supreme was there in a formless state, bipatin and form. There was nothing. Patina la terre, l'univers, non ni patina, right? He wanted to do creation. The divine wanted to do creation. And he uttered the word Om. When he uttered the word Om, the word had vibrations. À cause ça me dit, nous a connu qui nous causait, etc. Parce que tout le mot est dans vibrations. Et vibrations qui restent exister dans l'atmosphère, dans l'espace, thousands and thousands of years, right? I told you also, you may research on that. Longtemps, man sages could recite mantras from the Vedas. They were reciting Gayatri mantras. You know, scientists have been able to get those vibrations from the space of Gayatri mantra and all the mantras. So the vibrations, sorry, exist. Ils pour rester. That's why nous pas besoin de dire bah, nous jurons tout ça parce que it has bad vibrations, right? So the point is, back to the story. God wanted to do creation. He uttered the word Om. When he said the word Om, the word had vibrations spread everywhere. And those vibrations did the creation, right? So I say one story, one theory, right? We have in the Vedas. Like this, we have many theories of the creation, right? So the point here I was saying is the primordial sound. God first uttered the word Om, the primordial sound, right? Om and sound of creation, as I just told you. This is the story, actually, right? So, Om, maybe you know the Arya Samajist, They don't pray God having a form. They don't pray Vishnu, they don't pray Ganesh or whatever, right? They pray the formless aspect of God. And they have considered Om to be the formless God. Brahman himself is Om. That's why it is always auspicious to say, we have to utter the word Om, to recite the word Om. Brahman is Om himself, right? The law of karma. You might find this in the Mundaka Upanishad. We'll talk about the law of karma. Law of karma is easy. It means what you sow, so shall you reap. Comment nous dire, ce qui nous plante, nous récolter. If we are going to plant some cactus, you can't expect mangoes to come, right? So what you sow, so shall you reap. And it is said that in giving, we receive. If we give things, give with their sharing, doing charity, etc., we receive things many fold times, right? Let's say we give money in charity. So what we give, we will receive that more. You'll get more money. If you give love, you will receive love, like that. A karma, you know, as you sow, so shall you reap. And as is they tip the karma ki nuka perform, either it is good or bad, right? But karma is not recommended. Of course, we need to do good karmas. You will see, like our Bhagavad Gita says, we need to perform nishkam karmas. Nishkam karma, which is selfless action, that is, nous faire une action, mais ne pas expect result, having no expectation, right? With that, we have three types of karma. Premier is sanchita karma, accumulated karma, right? I guess you must be having a bank account. I believe so, okay? You must be having a bank account and you have some money in the bank. The money is being accumulated, right? Quand on parle de ça, il faut dire besoin, non? Sinon, tu vas parler de ça, bien sûr, you don't need it. So, karma is the same. Sanchita karma, accumulated karma, say we have, all of us, we have an account of karma, right? We have been taking many births, right? Before this birth, we have been taking many births. And we have been doing karmas. And all the karmas that we have done have been accumulated in the account of karma. Et na karma nun fini gen sou résultat. Some karmas, when we do, we get the fruit instantly. For example, I slapped Vishnu. Vishnu gets angry and slapped me back. I did an action and I got the reaction instantly. That's a one type. There is another also type, we do an action and we may get the result in few days or few months. For example, you sit for your exams. In November, you will sit for your exams. You're not going to get the result instantly. Maybe after 2 or 3 months, you will get the result, right? In our circumstance, a lady is pregnant. Pregnant, she has to wait for 9 months, right? So what is happening when we are doing a certain type of karma? It is being accumulated. Ça veut dire, nous pas encore gain ce result, nous pas encore gain ce fruit of the karma. Ça même qui nous appelle sanchita karma. Nous faisons action là, les péresses accumulées dans nos comptes. Right? This is sanchita karma. Then we have prarabdha karma. Prarabdha vidya ripe karma. Back to the same example. You sat for your exams in November. And let's say we are now in February 2023 and you got your result. Zodi un gain ou résultat SC. This will be called prarabdha karma. Means, quand nous gain an accumulated karma, so fruit, li appelle prarabdha karma. Right? Another example I took was the pregnant woman. She became pregnant, li en karma kin accumulated, li pan ko gen so fruit. Après 9 mois, the lady delivered a baby. This is prarabdha karma. Right? I hope you're understanding. Sanchita accumulated, prarabdha, le moment qui nous peut gagner the result of the accumulated karma. This is the second type of karma. Third, kriyaman karma. Kriyaman karma is a fresh and new action. Right? Now, bon, moi expliquer d'une façon simple. When we have certain karma, la vie, etc., that I'm born in this birth, in this body, in this family, I'm living in this country, I'm living in this family. C'est ban karma qui m'en fait, c'est ça qui in result like this, right? I have been doing bad karmas as well. Maybe I'm suffering in my life, right? Nous tous arrivons ça. At times you suffer for certain things that you don't understand what wrong have you done. Mais c'est pas mal wrong qui nous fait dans sa naissance là. C'est pas wrong qui nous fait dans ma naissance avant. Right? We are still getting. Parce qu'il pas oublié Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says, chapter 2, it says that our body, our soul always keep on changing the body. Sa soul là, c'est sa même soul qui voyage dans l'écho, in cas aujourd'hui, dans sa l'écho qui nous était là. Right? The soul is not new. Only the body is new. Right? So I was explaining Kriyama and Karma. So I'm suffering, I'm still having good things in my life. I'm also suffering because of my past action to ça. But malgré qu'il m'a souffert, je peux un résultat de ma previous action qui m'a fait. Je peux toujours faire une nouvelle action. Right? Il n'est pas possible de m'arrêter de faire action à maximum de nouveau, bien sûr. So I'm still doing new actions. So this will be called Kriyaman Karma, the new action. Et là, c'est pour ça qu'il me est destiné here 50-50. C'est que nous faisons des 3 naissances avant, we can't correct that. Parce qu'il est fini arrivé, it is the past, nous pas qu'à changer non. But we can change the now and the future. The now, on peut dire the present, and the future, we can change. Ça 50% là, c'est qu'il finit arrivé dans le passé. I can't do anything for that. I have to pay for whatever I have done. But the future which is coming, it is still under my control. The second 50%. Right? It is still under my control. I can still do good things so that my next birth becomes better than this one at least. Or I get moksha. Right? So I hope you understood that. Je ne pas pour normalement pour décrire ces 3 types de karma dans un travail at this level, but you must know it. L'important de connaître. Parce que vous pas qu'à prendre là ou là-haut, the law of karma, ça est fini. Right? So you must know what are the types of karma qui fait un du monde fait souffrir aujourd'hui. Nous tous nous fait souffrir aujourd'hui qui fait parce que nous avons past bad actions that we have done. Right? So I continue. The law of nature. The law of nature means whoever is born must die. Une naissance, we are not eternal. We will die. Whatever has been created also, the mountain, the countries, the trees, the plants, the birds, the animals, whatever, even the planets, the whole universe will be destroyed, right? And this leads us to another law, which is called the law of momentariness. In Sanskrit, it is known as Kshanikvad. The law of momentariness. Momentary will dire for a moment. Tout à fait, it lasts for a moment. Let's say a baby is born. The baby grows every day. Can we see it? Actually, no. Arrive un mois, nous pour réaliser les enfants ils grandissent. In arrive 3 mois, 6 mois, 1 an, we realize, yes, the baby has grown. But in fact, every moment, every day, the baby is growing, but we can't notice it. So everything is momentary. Right now, let's say I'm happy. And after a few seconds, something happened which makes me sad. So momentariness. Nothing is permanent. This leads to the law of impermanence. We are born, we have to die. Quand on cuit un manger, il est fini, on range la case, and so il peut destroy. It is like that. That is the law of nature. Right? The path leading to moksha, we have always been discussing on this. We have 3 major paths leading to moksha. Premier is called the bhakti yoga, the path of devotion. Like Hanuman was doing bhakti of Ram, right? Then we have the karma yoga, the path of action. In Ajimun, je ne pas pour faire devotion, mais je fais action, like helping people, etc. Right? So this is karma yoga. And you have people who like to do meditation, learning, studying scriptures, doing meditation and all. This is called the path of knowledge, the Gyan Yoga. So we have 3 yogas normally. In un 4e aussi qui appelle Raja Yoga. But for this level, we are not going to discuss that, but it is known as Raja Yoga, which includes meditation, right? Now, all the paths lead to the same destination, right? Si vous n'avez pas pour lui, si vous prenez chemin A, B, C, il prend un vers pour lui-même. So it is just like you do bhakti, you do karma, you follow gyan, we will reach moksha itself. But it is said that the easiest way to moksha in this Kali Yuga is devotion. The easiest way. Now, what is the Dvaita philosophy? You will encounter this in the Upanishad. Comprends-les bien. What is Dvaita philosophy? Il y en a deux mots which you should know. It is here. The Dvaita, I told you the word Dvaita, and then Advaita, right? Dvaita veut dire deux. Dual veut dire deux. Nous tenons portable dual SIM, no? Dual SIM veut dire que tu as deux SIM. So this is Dvaita, dual. Those who follow the Dvaita philosophy, according to them, there are two realities which exist. Which exist veut dire qu'il est permanent. Hein? There are two realities. Those who follow the Dvaita philosophy believes that there are two realities. Premier, Purush. Purush veut dire Brahman, God. Deuxième, Prakriti, that is matter. Right? So both are believed to be real and eternal. Ça c'est ban du monde qui suivent Dvaita, c'est qui believe Purusha and Prakriti, they are eternal. Right? Ça c'est Dvaita. Advaita philosophy. Adi Shankaracharya has explained a lot on this Advaita philosophy. Yes, just the contrary of Dvaita. Advaita means not to. Not to. Not to Vidya. Lien cell. Ni pas deux. Vidya li and cell. Right? So this philosophy believes in one reality. One reality, il y a une seule réalité qui existait, and this is Purush. Purush veut dire God. Apart from God, nothing is real. Right?